It's No Box Art Box time, but it is also time for the first installment of March Fandom Mayhem 2022 edition. Hello and welcome back to Jenna Gets Creative. We are going to be doing the March Fandom Mayhem collaboration with Weblight Dreams every Wednesday this month. We're doing it for the third year in a row. I am so excited. For the whole month, we will be doing this as No Box Art Box challenges. Today, we are doing the exact same box because we have a special item to use, but for the rest of the month, each of us will be picking different No Box Art Box challenges, and the only thing in common will be the fandom that we choose for the week. I'll explain a little bit more about what's going on in a sec, but first, let's dive into this. This week, we are doing the December 2021 ArtSnacks Plus box, and our fandom this week is The Legend of Zelda. If you're not familiar with the No Box Art Box Challenge, this is a challenge I introduced to YouTube in 2018, and it's an easy way to have fun with art subscription boxes without actually getting the box. It's very simple. There are 3 steps. The first step, pick any art supply subscription box, pick a past month that already shipped, and look up what came in it. Step 2, match the supplies in the box as close as possible using items you already own. Don't go shopping for the challenge, that is not the point. If you are recreating a box you actually already got, you do have to pick the next closest item. Don't use the item that came in the box. Other than that, if you have exact matches for any other reason, that's fine, go ahead and use them. Step 3, make art using only the items in the box. Only add missing essentials such as paper or pencil, and if the original box had a prompt or a theme, try to stick to that. If you want to share your No Box Art Box creations anywhere on social media, use the hashtag NoBoxArtBox. It doesn't have to be this box or any other box I have done officially. It can be any box you want to do. I actually did get the December 2021 ArtSnacks box. I got the basic tier, but then I No Box upgraded to Plus like I was doing with the real boxes. So I do actually have to use entirely different supplies. Both boxes, the regular tier and the Plus tier, got this tiny little 2" by 2" Hahnemühle Zigzag Book. That is my piece from the real box. So I won't be using it. I just wanted to show this visually on camera what they got. The Plus box also got a larger, I believe a 4x6 version of the same thing, and this Pentalic watercolor journal that is an accordion sketchbook is the item that both Dora and I have because she sent me this one last year. Actually, maybe 2 years ago at this point. It's been a while. And we have been meaning to collaborate with these, so that's what we're doing today. Everybody, regular tier, plus tier, got 2 Tombow dual brush water-based watercolor markers. These are brush pens with a little fine bullet nib on the end. They were random assorted colors. I do want to stay true to this type of supply, so I am just using 2 colors that I already own. They were randomized. These could have been the colors I got in the box, but they aren't. I got these 2 the first time around. Everybody got the Edding permanent acrylic marker in the gigantic 5 to 10 millimeter size, and the color was random. This massive chisel marker is great. I love it. I don't have anything else similar, so we're stretching it a bit, and I'm going to use this Karen Deco brush marker. It has a brush nib, so I will be able to get very large strokes just like that massive chisel. The final item that everybody got, regardless of your tier, was the Tombow Mono Twin Permanent Marker. It has a tapered bullet nib on this end, and it has a tapered plastic fine liner nib on this end. This is instantly permanent, waterproof, does not budge. You put it down on the paper, run water over it, it's not going anywhere. It is permanent. So in the spirit of that marker, I have selected my Symbolion marker pen. This came with a very cheap kids watercolor set, and I typically don't use it because I don't know what to do with it. But I tested it. I wanted to use my Kuretake Zig for vellum because it has that PN type nib on it, but that one does move with water if you get the water on it right away. This one doesn't. So this one has that nice tapered bullet nib on this end, but unfortunately, unlike the Tombow Mono Twin, this one has a proper regular 0.5 fine liner nib. I can work with that. The Plus customers got the larger notebook in addition to the little 2x2. They also got a 4-pack of Copic markers, 0.05, 0.03, 0.1, and 0.3. I did not get Plus, so technically I could use these, but in the spirit of picking something different, I'm going to use these. These are Marvi Uchida 4 drawing technical pens in the same sizes. They are exactly the same thing. So first, let's talk a little bit more about the March Fandom Mayhem collaboration, and then I will run through the actual card for this box, tell you more about the items, what they cost, all that kind of stuff. As per usual with all of my art box videos, I will be giving you all of the numbers in the description box down below. ArtSnacks is American, so the cards listed MSRP in US dollars. I will list the MSRP in US dollars, but I will also convert it using current conversion rates to Canadian dollars and pounds sterling. I have the benefit of having already done this research, but I will reconvert the prices so it's current for this month. We will have real world pricing research at major online retailers for those currency regions so that you can compare the MSRP, the suggested manufacturer price, versus what it would actually cost if you went and bought these items individually for yourself. And then we will compare the MSRP total of the box versus your subscription and shipping costs. We will compare it to the real world pricing total of the box and that cost. We will be doing that based on subscribing from USA, Canada, and the UK, and we will be doing it for all of the prepaid term plans. So you can check out all of that math down below in the description, decide whether or not this box would have actually been worth it for you, and get an idea of how I select my supplies. March Fandom Mayhem. This is a collaboration that Weblight Dreams and I have been doing for 3 years now. This is our 3rd year. What we do is every week we get together and we upload an art piece on the same fandom-based prompt. Like I said, this week we are doing The Legend of Zelda. If you want to participate with us, you are free to do so. We will be featuring your fan art in our videos starting next week. All you have to do is share on Instagram with the hashtag #MarchFandomMayhem. It doesn't have to be the art that we're doing right now. It can be recently done. It just has to be art that you have made more recently than last March. So if you shared it last March, or if you made it last March or earlier, don't share that with us. Share newer fan art with us. It doesn't have to be the fandoms we are doing, but it can be if you want to. Next week we are doing Spider-Man Into the Spider-Verse. I do believe Weblight Dreams also has another contest going on this month, so definitely go check that out. If you haven't checked out her video yet, go watch hers after this, and if you've come here from her channel, hi! Welcome! Thank you so much for checking my video out as well. Let me know in the comments down below. Did you come here from her channel, or are you already a fan over here, and are you heading over there next? Alright, let's talk about the items that came in the real ArtSnacks box and what they cost. Everybody got the 2x2 inch Hanamule Zigzag Book. This has an MSRP of $7.21 US. It is very good quality, basic 300 GSM cold press watercolor paper, and when you expand it, it becomes 2 inches by 16 inches. Everybody got 2 randomly selected colors of Tombow dual brush art markers. These have an MSRP of $3.19 each, which is $6.36 US for the pair. These are water-based markers. They have a brush and bullet nib. You can use them directly on the page, or you can pick up the pigment with a brush. You can use water to blend. You can use the markers themselves to blend. They're very versatile. They're not true watercolor markers. I believe these are more of an ink than a paint, but they do the job very well. They're beautiful. I want the full set. Everybody got the Edding 5000 acrylic marker broad. MSRP is $7.99 US, and the colors were assorted. As you saw, I got a beautiful slate gray type shade. Those are acrylic based markers, and yes, they are in the angled chiseled nib rather than the bullet nib you normally see. And because they are not the bullet nib you normally see, they are not a pump marker. The ink is free flowing through them, which is nice, and also makes the Karen Deco brush I chose to use instead a little more appropriate, because that is also a free-flowing ink, not something you have to push down. Everybody got the Tombow Mono Twin Permanent Marker in black. MSRP is $3.39 US. Honestly, I'm not sure if it comes in any color but black. As I pointed out, it has a tapered bullet nib and a tapered plastic fine liner nib, kind of like the Micron PN or their own Fudenosuke brush pens. As I already mentioned, that ink is instantly permanent once you put it on the paper, will not budge underwater. It is a great pen whatever you're going to use it under. Plus box customers also got an additional Hahnemühle Zigzag Book in 6x4 inches that has an MSRP of $17 US, and it is the same 300 GSM cold press watercolor paper. Plus customers also got a 4-pack of Copic multiliners in black, sizes 003, 005, 01, and 03. MSRP is $3.99 each, so the open stock value is $15.96 US. You can get that exact set at certain retailers, so when I did the research back in January, Blick was selling that particular set for $14.32 US, so a little bit of a discount. The MSRP total is $24.94 US for the regular tier, and the MSRP total for the plus box ended up being $57.91 US. Normally I don't actually give the MSRP totals in this voiceover part because normally I haven't done the math yet, but I am redoing a box, so I have. Typically, ArtSnacks costs $24 per month on the regular box, and you do get to pay a little bit less per month if you subscribe for multiple months at a time. So on MSRP total, the regular box is just barely giving you a little bit better of a deal. You're getting 95 cents back on your subscription price if you are subscribing monthly or picking up a single box. If you subscribe for multiple months, then you get a little bit of a savings. And I can tell you there is no savings on the real world total for American shoppers. For international shoppers, also not the greatest deal for Canadians, but in the UK, your real world total is actually a little bit more expensive. ArtSnacks Plus starts at $39 US per month and decreases ever so slightly if you subscribe for multiple months at a time. The MSRP total was $57.91. That is a huge saving for American shoppers, and the real world total is less than $6 different. And that seems to be true across all of the currency regions. Not a whole lot different in terms of savings for real world prices in the Canadian or UK markets either. So this particular box was a good deal if you were a Plus subscriber, a debatable deal if you were a regular tier subscriber. In the comments down below, tell me, what do you think of my Legend of Zelda inspired fan art piece in this massively wide accordion watercolor sketchbook? If you've seen Weblight Dream's piece already, tell me in the comments down below, what did she do? I have a feeling that we both incorporated chickens. Just a feeling. I decided to go for a bit of a comic strip, and I think that this is possibly the reason Link never ended up with Malon. I think she thinks he's just a little too silly. So we start off with Link and Malon hanging out with little baby foal Epona. They're having a good time. He notices the chickens and he decides that maybe they would make some good target practice, but we all know what happens when you anger the chickens in a Zelda game. They attack. Link has bit off more than he can chew, and he runs away and leaves Malon and Epona just staring in disbelief at this silly boy. Why did he do that? If you got the real December ArtSnacks box, whether it was the regular tier or the plus, tell me what you thought of it. If you didn't, would you be interested in trying it out, either back ordering the real thing or going no box art box on this beast? And don't forget to come back every Wednesday this month for more March Fandom Mayhem. And if you want to see any of your fan art from any fandom featured in our videos, share it with us on Instagram. Use the hashtag MarchFandomMayhem. It can be fan art from any property. It just has to have been created more recently than last March. Check out Weblight Dreams if you haven't already today, and otherwise, if you're looking for more to watch, I've got some suggestions up on the left side of the screen now. Don't forget to like, comment, maybe even subscribe, and if you like living life creatively, whatever that means to you, I'd love to have you along for the ride. Bye guys!